Here are 3 cooking techniques to master if you want to be a great home chef. One technique you should master is grilling. You'll take whatever meat you'd like. Right here we have some pork. You'll want to salt and pepper or put whatever seasonings you'd like to on it, and then we're going to grill. Then we'll take some oil and make sure that it's coated so that it won't stick to our grill. And you'll want to take some oil and put it on a napkin or paper towel. You'll want to make sure your grill is turned on all the way and it is heated up properly. Take your oiled cloth, wipe down your grill, and you'll want to place your protein right on the grill. Once your protein has nice grill marks, turn it 45 degrees. When you see that the protein is cooked just a little bit more than halfway up the side, it's time to flip. How can you tell how done your protein is? You'll want to feel this part of your hand. And when you take your pointy finger and your thumb and you feel that part, that's rare. The next one is going to be medium rare. Then you're going to be medium. And when you touch this together and squeeze and you feel that, that's well done. This pork chop is cooked to medium, and that's a few tips to master grilling. And now let's master my favorite flavor, fried. To master frying, you'll need to know standard breading procedure. For our breading today, we're using a seasoned flour, which is just all-purpose flour, salt, and pepper. We're using some buttermilk, and we're using seasoned panko breadcrumbs. Panko breadcrumbs are Japanese breadcrumbs that are a little bit crispier than Italian-style breadcrumbs. The proper way to bread something for frying is to take something that's wet, like your protein, and give it a nice coating with flour, and it can be seasoned flour, and then put it into either eggs or buttermilk or any kind of wet item. To bread properly, you'll want to keep one hand wet and one hand dry. If you don't do this, you'll get a buildup of monster hands where you've got flour and liquid build up on your fingers. With my wet hand, I'm going to turn over our pieces of chicken and put them right into a breadcrumb mixture. With my dry hand, I'm making sure each piece is coated nicely in breadcrumbs. When putting your fry items into the oil, make sure that you put the side closest to you in first and let it flow away. That way, if any oil splashes, it splashes away from you and not toward you. For most items, you'll want to set your oil at 350 degrees. That'll give it just enough time where it doesn't brown too quickly, and it will give it enough time to cook what's inside. You'll want to fry your items until they're golden brown and delicious. For proteins, generally that means once it floats, you'll leave it in the oil for another 2 minutes. After our chicken floated to the top, we let it sit in there for about 2 minutes, and it's now golden brown and delicious. Whenever you fry, you'll want to pull your items out, and while they're still hot out of the fryer, you'll want to take some salt and pepper and season it. And that's a few tips for frying. And here's the technique of sautéing. Sauté in French means to jump, and this fish is no longer going to jump. First, heat up your pan so that it's smoking hot. You'll want to season your protein with salt and pepper. Once your pan is hot, add some oil. You'll want an oil that has a high smoke point so that you can properly cook your protein. Once your oil starts dancing in the pan, you'll want to lay your piece of protein with the side closest to you down first. Once your protein is cooked halfway up the sides, it's time to flip. When cooking fish, you'll never want to use a pair of tongs, only a spatula. Why do you never use tongs when you're cooking fish? You should always use a spatula because fish is a flaky meat, so you don't want to ruin the flesh by using tongs. All right, so this fish is done. You'll want to take it off the saute pan, drip it just a little bit so some of that oil stands. And those are the tips to properly saute. And those are 3 techniques you'll need to master to become an expert home chef.